Yeah. Come on. How many seconds is that on that falsetto?
Sound check.
G'day and welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. Today we are reviewing an artist that I have to admit I'm not overly familiar with, James Blake. And we're going to be listening to him sing the song Say What You Will. This is on the Jimmy Kimmel show, for those Americans who know that show. James is according to my research, James is an English singer-songwriter. He does everything from electronic to dubstep to R&B to soul. It would be interesting to hear your take on how you would classify the genre of the piece we're about to listen to. This was uploaded to YouTube about 2 years ago. I get a lot of requests to review a lot of different videos, and I don't do them all, partly because I can't do them all, and secondly because I'm in search of interesting voices. I'm in search of interesting live performances, and this really grabbed my ear, and we'll talk about why as we listen to it. This has some really interesting vocal characteristics, and particularly if you're a guy watching this video or a low voice activist, then I think you're going to enjoy some of the effects that are used here. I think you'll take a lot of comfort from them. And also, around about 1/3 of the way into the video, there's something a bit glitchy that happens in the video. It goes from being a very smooth take, and this is actually on James's own official YouTube channel. It doesn't take anything away from the audio. Let's have a listen and enjoy what is a really, really different vocal approach. Let's have a listen.
I've been ostracized, I've watched through a window as my young self died. I've been popular with all the popular guys. I gave them punchlines, they gave me warning signs.
So straight away, we've got not a bass voice, but he's chosen to write. Remember, he's a singer-songwriter. He's chosen to write this arrangement so that the voice is sitting low and it's constantly falling into that pulse register. So we're getting a lot of vocal fry, and he's using that as an effect. To actually sustain that takes a bit of skill, because you've got to really keep the air very consistent in its flow so that the doesn't over-activate and give you too much clean tone. So he's constantly keeping the airflow at a really reduced rate.
I look okay in the magic hour, in the right light, with the right amount of power, and I'm okay with the life of the sunflower, and I'm okay with the life of a meteor shower. So say what you will, go on, say what you will.
Isn't that cool? It just suddenly comes from nowhere. You've got this, and it's suddenly straight up into falsetto. And it's a beautiful device to really keep this interest, because you've had this really low guttural thing all the time, and then say what you will. It's fantastic. Let's have a listen to the entrance into that.
You will, go on, say what you will.
Right.
You're gonna do it anyway. Go on, just say what you will. You're gonna do it anyway. Go on, just
This is where the video gets a bit glitchy. I don't know what's going on there.
You're gonna do it anyway. Say what you will.
That's interesting. The vowel is not held consistent. He kind of allows the vowel to collapse and then he opens it out again. I don't know whether he's doing that on purpose or whether it was just a technical nuance that just happens.
Say what you will. I can find my way with no superpowers. I could take my place without becoming sour. I might not make all those psychopaths proud. At least I can see the faces of the smaller crowds, and I'm okay.
Let's just talk to what it costs the voice to do an extended voicing of that level of fry over an extended period of time. We can actually use vocal fry as a part of a vocal warm-up, and we use that to sort of, you know, flutter the vocal folds and get them moving and get the lubrication spreading across the surface of the vocal folds. We don't then continue on that sound all the time. When we're doing this sort of really low flow voicing, it can be a little bit tiring. In fact, one could be bold enough to suggest that any one activity of the voice that is done too much can find itself becoming fatiguing on the voice. The voice enjoys variety. It needs that expansive use, not purely on range, but in its effect and in its colouring. Yes, we do have a habitual, efficient centre that we go looking to develop, but there is a real benefit to exploring different sounds and different uses of the voice. But if any of those uses or effects become overused and facilitated, that's where we can get a bit of fatigue going on. Can I say, for those of you who are baritones, if you're looking for a song that would be fun to work on, firstly, but would also give you an opportunity to really workshop moving into falsetto, and a really clean falsetto, this might be the song you're looking for. It would be a fun song to work on.
No, I can drive myself. I've been sobered by my time on the shelf, and I've been normal, and I've been ostracized like a comet blazing through an empty sky. So say what you will, say what you will.
Oh, what a... We got to go back and have a listen to that. That is a wildly brave arrangement choice. Let's have a listen to that again. He drops the instrumentation right away and shifts. I'm going to listen to it again because it sounds like he shifts the tonal center melodically, but then brings it back. And that it's a testament to his musicianship if that's what's going on. And he does that all a cappella, like no backing. Wow.
Blazing through an empty sky. So say what you will.
Yeah.
Say what you will. Say what you will. Say what you will.
And back we are.
Go on, say what you will. Say what you will. Say.
That is really impressive. Like, and you could be excused for missing how impressive that is. That is so hard to do. That speaks to the quality of his musicianship, his oral skill connected to the musicianship. Yes, vocally he's got to be able to pull that off, but it's actually what he's able to do in the facilitation of the melodic movement at a musicianship and oral level that makes that so good. We've got to listen to that again.
Size like a comet blazing through an empty sky. So say what you will, say what you will, say what you will, say what you will, go on,
Just holding it in the pocket.
what you will, say what you will, say
And back in.
what
Yeah.
say what you
Come on. How many seconds is that on that falsetto? I don't know. Let's take it back, have a listen. I'll see if I can follow the counter on the YouTube clip.
what you will.
I'm going to keep an eye on how long it is.
Say what you will.
15 seconds. 15 seconds on that single note. One of the ways he's able to achieve that is it's sitting on a very light flow of air. The pressure is very low. It's not using a lot of air to establish and maintain the note. That's cool. He's a real artist in the keeping of like Regina Spektor and Aurora and the Alanis Morissettes and those sorts of performers where the music is more about the music than the voice. It's more about the songwriting and the way he used his voice to speak to that. The importance of the songwriting is just really cool. We don't have the opportunity to hear singing very often like that, certainly not here on the channel. And so I'm really thankful that we got a chance to listen to James. And if you'd like to hear more, James, you let me know in your comments below. Direct me towards more live performances of James, because I'm sure there's some pretty interesting vocal things going on in those as well. I'll have to go back and have another listen, and you can certainly do that. I've left the full the link to the recording that we've just watched in the description section below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I am a little bit lost for words. What we just listened to there. Have a how do I finish off the video now? I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. My name's Dr. Dan. Sing well.